This is Megan Ramirez. I'm starting my scan for Mr. K's house at the driveway. And so the first thing I want to take note is there are two cars here, and it looks like they are blocking the pathway to get into the door. Also, this is a slope cemented driveway, so there's going to be some uphill elevation here. I would suggest moving the car back so that it's not blocking the cement pathway. Therefore, he doesn't have to go onto the grass to get into the house. This appears to be a level sidewalk to get into the house. Note that there is a little lip right there. Additionally, this is the front door. I'm noting the threshold has a step to it with no railing, and looks like it's a little hard to open the door. It pushes out. He does have two dogs, so that's a trip hazard that I would take note of. There does seem to be lighting as soon as you go into the home, so that is good. The hallway seems to be wide enough for his rollator, so that is good. There's nothing on the walls or no mat to take note of. If I come into his master bedroom, I do take note that there is a transition from a hardwood floor to the carpet there. Additionally, he has a walk-in closet. This doorway does not look like it will fit his rollating walker, so we may need to make recommendations there. Going into the master bedroom, there does seem to be adequate lighting here. It is carpet throughout. I do see a dog bed that I want to make sure he does not trip on. I don't know what side of the bed he actually gets up on. I will take note of that, though. There does seem to be a bench here at the edge of his bed, which is really good for him to sit down to get dressed with if need be. The bed does look a little bit high. He could actually lower that by just taking out the box spring if needed. The dresser also seems a little high. It does have a mirror up there, but if he can't dress standing, we'll need to make recommendations there. There's also noting some clutter on the dresser. If I head back this way, there's the dog again. So trip hazard there I need to pay attention to. If I come into the bathroom, there is adequate lighting in here. I do note immediately a bunch of mats that I do not believe have sticky matting on the bottom. So those are trip hazards I want to pay attention to. If I go into the bathroom, I don't know that this is going to be large enough for his rollating walker or a caregiver if he needs to have one in here. This is a very thin area. There's also another mat on the ground, which can also be a trip hazard if there's no stickiness underneath there. There does seem to be a light in here, so that is good. If I come into the shower, it is just a bathtub, so he will actually need to, I don't see any kind of shower tub or any kind of grab bar, so we'll need to make sure we make recommendations there. I also don't see any handheld shower device, so that would be hard if he is bathing to reach different areas if need be. Coming to the mirror, however, it does seem like there is actually a good enough lighting here, and I do not see any kind of sitting device, so he could possibly use his rollator to sit down and do his grooming. He should still be able to reach the mirror okay. There does seem to be a lot of clutter here that I would definitely recommend cleaning up a little bit. Moving on into the living space. Again, noting the threshold there. If you come into the living area, there is furniture everywhere. This says tripping hazard to me immediately. He can run into that, and also taking note that there is a mat there that it looks like a heavy table is on top of it, so it doesn't move necessarily, but I would still recommend putting stickiness underneath that mat so it doesn't move. I do see a lot of pillows that can end up on the floor he can trip over, so I want to take note of that. I do see chairs here. They do have armrests, so that's good. They don't appear to be adjustable. The couch is a little bit low and it has a firm surface. I do also take note of a dog bed over here, which is also a trip hazard. This, where the dog is now, seems to be a pretty thin area. I can see that being difficult to get around with, especially with a rollating walker. If I'm going into the kitchen now, I will take note there is lighting here. The first thing I see is this big island in the middle of the way, which can definitely be a trip hazard. Again, take note of the mats, can be a trip hazard. These cabinets are very tall. I don't see those being functional. We may need to make recommendations there. Additionally, the cabinets down low may be difficult to get to as well. There is lighting up above the oven. And I do know the microwave may be a little bit high, so we may need to make recommendations there. And then as far as exits, there seems to be an exit here, heading to the back door, to the back. It is a sliding glass. There is no step, but there's a slight step down. It's a metal grade threshold there that we'll need to make sure there's no railing, so adjustments may need to be made there. If I head this way, there's one more exit, and that is into the garage. And that leads out this way. The garage is very cluttered. There is a step here. There's first a threshold there to get over, and then there's an actual step down. I don't see any railing, and the garage is just not functional for a car or to be walked through. So recommendations definitely need to be made there. Hi, Mr. K. So I see that you have your two daughters here, Casey and Erin. Thank you for coming in and talking with me about basically the recommendations I'm going to make for your father to be able to safely discharge at home. The good news is I don't think there's any issue with him going home in the next 3 days. I did do a home assessment, and it does look like that he has a pretty livable environment with just minor adjustments that can be made to ensure that he is definitely safe. The first thing, Mr. K, when I, major areas that I see of concern is just ensuring that those mats, any mats that you have, we need to make sure that we get sticky, like grip underneath them. Also different areas where there's high and low, like your cabinets, things like that. Those are some of those things, like your medicine, cups, cookware, those are going to probably need to be adjusted either with an adjustable cabinet, or they just need to be in a reachable area so that you don't, go climbing on things to go and try to reach those. Other areas are you do have carpet in your room and versus having hardwood floor elsewhere. So making sure that you are okay with that transition from the hardwood to the carpet, using your rollator if need be. And then there was some areas where it was just a little narrow getting into your closet and your bathroom. So, if you are going to have to use the rollator, we're going to definitely need to make some adjustments there as far as widening that, or we need to be able to have a goal, or we need to be able to get you to where you don't need your rollator going through those areas. Different other areas that I recommend some changes with are things like if you can get a railing for your entranceway anytime you have a step down or step up, like your entrance into your house. And then I think in the garage, although I'm just going to say let's just stay away from the garage for now until we can get that cleaned up for you, okay? But if you have a step down anywhere, I'd like for you to be able to get a handrail installed. And if you can't, and if there's, if that's not feasible, then we're just going to be able to have you come into PT, and we'll work with that. Definitely in your bathroom, we're going to need to get you I'll talk with insurance and we can get you set up with an extended shower tub. I also would like you to have a slip grip in that shower tub, and then maybe just an adjustable handle for your showering purposes. Other ideas or other recommendations that I see are just maybe putting a lamp by your bedside, so when you do need to get up and go to the bathroom, you can see without having to go all the way over to the entranceway to your room to turn the light on, because I'd imagine you're probably going to need to use the bathroom in the middle of the night due to your current history. Also, as far as just in general safety concerns, I would like you to have a phone, either wear a shirt that you can put your phone in your pocket or have a lanyard with your phone around it. That way, just in case anything happens, you do have any other falls, because you do have a history of falls. I want to be able to make sure that you can make a call to Casey or Erin so that she can, either one of them can come and help you if need be. Also, I would like to work with your doctor and see what it is when you take an Ambien and why and how much of it you're taking. It just I worry a little bit with you taking Ambien, just because it can cause you to be a little bit disoriented and confused. And if you're taking it and then getting up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, there's definitely some fall risks there that I have concern with. Also, I do want to see when you're taking your medication, and because of your Parkinson's, when you're taking it and you're on, it's great. Your walking is pretty I'd say typical, but when you're on your off time, which is what I'm assuming you're going to end up being in the middle of the night, when your medication is worn off and you get up to go to the bathroom, that does concern me that you may have a little bit more difficulty getting to the bathroom with you not having that medication. Also, it looks like there's plenty of area for you to be doing your stretching, your breathing exercises, working on your posture and everything. So that was good. And then just overall, though, I think you're ready to get back to it. Do you have any questions for me or Casey, Erin, do you have any questions for me as far as like what you could do to help your father or where we're going from here? Okay, so with that being said, I do have 3 goals that are very specific towards your dad, Mr. KU, being able to go home. And there's 3 of them. And the first one is that I would like you to be independent, modified independent, going up and down 1 step with your rollating walker, utilizing no rail to gain entrance into and exiting your house within 3 days. Now, I say without a rail because you don't have a rail right now. I would like you to end up getting one, but for now, I think we can get to where you don't need a rail to safely enter and exit your home so that you can at least be discharged there. Your second goal, I would like patient will be independent, so you'll be independent with transfers into the shower, utilizing the extended shower bench and grab bar to safely bathe in 3 days. So we're going to get your grab bar installed for sure before going home, and we're also going to get you an extended shower for sure before going home, okay? And then your third goal, patient will transfer from bed, from supine in your bed to the bathroom and back to supine safely to demonstrate using the bathroom upon waking within 3 days. So I'd really like for you to, and Casey, Erin, I can definitely use your help here, but I want to make sure that because of his current, condition with needing to frequently urinate, especially at night, I want to see that he can safely get up, turn the light on, get out of his bed and go to the bathroom and make it back to his bed without having any issues with falling or anything like that. Okay. Now, do you have those goals? Do those sound? They could sound good to you. Okay, good. So, do you have any other questions? Great. Well, Mr. K, again, Casey, Erin, thank you for coming in. And I think that you will be able to discharge home in 3 days with just minor adjustments.